Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by The Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, May 15th, 2014. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, and what you're going to see here is that the futures have come off of the lows. They're still negative by about 1.5 right now to 1883.75 per contract. So again, futures are off the lows a little bit, but they're still down just fractionally. I don't know if we can make too much out of this. Looks like we just had the CPI number released. Also, the weekly jobless claims number released, and I guess the market is rejoicing over that a little bit. You'll see right when that number was released, you did get a little bit of movement in the dollar-yen chart, and when the dollar-yen chart moves higher, the stock market moves higher. That's how it works. When the dollar-yen chart moves lower, the stock market moves lower. Earlier today, the dollar-yen was lower, was trading down here. Now you can see that big spike after the economic data out of the U.S., and dollar-yen is moving higher. Remember, if the dollar-yen pushes up, the stock market pushes up, and that's really what it comes down to. So again, this is what we're seeing. This is what is happening at the moment, and we'll take it real slow, one step at a time. So futures have come off their worst levels on the back of a stronger dollar-yen, if you ask me, although the economic news that was released at 8:30 in the U.S. regarding initial weekly jobless claims and CPI has moved the needle a little bit there with the dollar-yen. All right, in any case, there are a lot of stocks out here, some money to make. Let's go out to the charts. To start off with CSCO Systems, I'm going to have a gap resistance level for this stock posted up in the chat room at 9:30 at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll look to play this right around the opening bell. CSCO did report earnings yesterday after the closing bell. The stock trading up sharply today, so decent little move for CSCO. I believe it's up about 7%, which is only really $1.65, $1.68, but nonetheless, that's a big move for the stock. But we will have some good resistance levels in play for this, and we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, we can make some money on it. Let's take a look at Agilent. Agilent also reported earnings. The stock right now is trading at 55.10. It closed at 55.85. The only level I see that looks worthy for Agilent is right around $50. So if the stock goes to around 49.90, that's where I'd be a buyer for a scalp play. Keep that on your radar today, okay? So Agilent right around $49.90 to $50. That is your spot for Agilent on the long side. Okay, long means you're buying. Scalp means a 10 to 30 minute day trade. That's all it is. Okay. Next one we're going to look at is SEAS, S-E-A-S, which is SeaWorld. And stock is trading right now at $28.90. Closed at $29.34. I don't really see anything worthy here for SeaWorld. I don't see anything great. I don't see anything really terrible. If the stock got down to around $26, I would consider buying it there for a scalp play. But that's about it. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be much of a play either way. SeaWorld right now trading just a little bit lower from yesterday's close. Let's take a look at X1. This stock is getting hammered. Stock closed at $30.83. It's now trading at $26.60. You can see the sharp decline. Looks like that was earnings as well. Believe it or not, I don't have a great level for X1. It has a big double bottom going back to 2013. All the way at 23.50, but I don't even know if I trust that level. So you don't want to really be careful with X1 at the moment. I guess there'll be a little bit of minor support at $25 if it gets down there, but it's a really hard stock because of the lack of data that we have. But one thing the stock will do is probably drag down the other 3D printing names like 3D Systems. You can see that is trading a little bit lower. That'll be in play today. Also SSYS, which is Stratasys. This is trading at 89.88, closed at 90.31. So again, this will cause some early morning weakness in the other 3D printing plays. So keep that on the radar. There could be some intraday scalps there. Let's take a look today at Kohl Stores. I believe they reported earnings as well. Stock is trading at $52.40. The only level I see for Kohl's that looks worthy is $51.61. Now that is very probable that we get down there, as that it's not that far away. So keep that level on the radar, $51.60. There could be a scalp play there for Kohl Stores, KSS. Let's take a look at Walmart. Walmart is coming under some pressure as well today. Stock closed at $78.74. I believe Walmart had earnings. Let me just make sure. Yep, Walmart Looks like the headline is they earned $1.10 a share, 5 cents below estimates, so they really missed. But who cares about the earnings? Let's take a look at the stock itself. Right now, the level you're going to look at, there'll be some minor support around $76.12. But the best level I have for Walmart today is much lower. It's at $73.31. I don't know if we're going to see the stock trade down to that level, but we can. And if it does, that's going to be a good level. That's your best bet. If you want to be a little bit risky, $76.12 might give you a little bit of a bounce, but that level was tested here in the pre-market. Let's move over to Bristol Myers. I don't know the news here. Haven't had a chance to look it up. Stock closed at $52.12. Now trading at $50.25. The only level I really see for Bristol Myers is $46.60. If it gets down there, I think you could play Bristol Myers. Other than that, you don't really want to leave it alone. There doesn't seem to be much of a level otherwise at the moment. Let's take a look at Jack in the Box, fast food restaurant. Right now it's trading at $52.51, closed at $54. Pretty good decline. The only levels I'm seeing here for Jack in the Box, you have a little minor level around $50.75 to $50.50. Big level around $44.32. So we'll keep this one on watch today. We'll see if it gets down there. That would be the level for Jack in the Box. All right, let's get through the. We're done pretty much with the stocks that we're looking at today. That's plenty out there. Let's take a look here at the gold market. Gold is down $12. So let's go to the all-important GLD, which is a good proxy. And you can see gold really just plunged right now once that dollar-yen caught a bid. But if the dollar-yen starts to sell off, gold could get some traction back to the upside. And what I mean is this. If you take a look at the dollar-yen chart, you're going to see that dollar-yen is starting to come back down. Dollar-yen starts to reverse back to the downside, gold will get a little bit of traction and start to move back up. Okay, so keep that on the radar. Gold is very, very volatile, very, very sensitive to the action in the dollar-yen, also sensitive to the action in the U.S. dollar. But I feel the dollar-yen chart is much, much more important right now. Let's take a look at the the light sweet crude market. Going to the oil market, we have light sweet crude down 32 cents. Let's go to the USO. So crude right now is trading at down 34 cents to 102.03 a barrel. You see the USO starting to downtick a little bit. But again, the USO is a little bit overbought on the daily chart into some resistance levels, but not a big pullback what we're seeing here, just a little minor pullback. So I don't know if we can make too much out of it. Gold is definitely going to be in play today. So again, gold trading at $12.94 an ounce right now on the spot price. Just remember, it's going to be all over the place. If the dollar-yen starts to move lower, as I just mentioned, and it is starting to, see that dollar-yen starting to crater, gold will catch a bid back to the upside. So again, keep that on the radar today. You'll start to see gold inch back up. I'm not sure. It's going to be a volatile trade. There's not that great of a pattern in here for gold at the moment. All right, so that covers everything that we wanted to look at today. Again, expect another volatile session. Futures are moving lower. Look how the futures move lower when that dollar-yen started to go back down. So futures were off the lows. Now look how they're moving lower, and it's all because of this currency pair right here, dollar-yen. Dollar-yen just reversed that big pop, and what did the futures do? They just started to move to the downside. So again, watch that very, very closely. It's very, very important if you ask me, and we'll see how it all shakes out and plays out. But this is what we're looking at, and I'll see everybody on the charts. Take care, everyone.